I want to talk to you about something that completely grinds my gears. I hate when anyone gets taken advantage of, especially extremely vulnerable people that are in a really tough position. And that is what these national tax resolution companies do every single day. My name's Mike Malach. I'm a certified public accountant with Pink Harbor CPA. We do tax resolution here in the right way. The right way, meaning we don't gouge people, we don't take advantage of people, and I want to tell you what to look out for. So, you have a lot of money that's owed to the IRS, and all of a sudden you start to get these telephone calls from people offering to help you. Or maybe you go online and you research one, and all of these big companies show up first and you call them. You think you're talking to someone who actually knows what they're doing, and really, what you're most likely talking to is a sales rep who might have been flipping burgers at Wendy's last week, and all of a sudden now they're selling tax resolution services. They ask you a few questions on the telephone, and they quote you this fee to take care of your situation. They haven't looked at one single document. They're not even qualified to actually do the work. They're just following along with a script to go and charge you the biggest fee that they can. And then what happens is you believe the line of baloney that they're feeding you. So you pay the bill, and then they actually go and get your records after that. And then they come back to you and tell you it's going to be another $10,000 or $20,000 in addition to what they originally quoted you. You say, I changed my mind. Well, that money you gave them at first is completely gone. So I want to talk you through how real tax resolution works. You call up a reputable firm like Pink Harbor CPA. Any reputable firm is going to patch you through to a certified public accountant or an enrolled agent or a tax attorney to talk to you, to really gather what your information is and listen to you and get to know you. Sometimes on a quick call, we can tell you if you only qualify for something like an installment agreement, or maybe you're currently not collectible, which is a much, much, much lower fee to help you resolve something like that. Other times, we need to get all of your paperwork in. But the primary thing that we stress is we need to get to know you, understand your situation. We need to ask you questions like, what is the last letter you received? How much money do you believe you owe the IRS? We go through all types of things that we get from you. We get your personal financial statement. We go and we download transcripts from the IRS. We charge you a very small investigation fee to investigate what you really qualify for. And then we explain your options. We don't come at you right off the bat and tell you, well, it's $8,000. And that's kind of the magical number a lot of these people use, is like either 6, 8, or $10,000, always a nice round number like that. And they haven't done any work. And you trust these national firms, and they're laughing in the background. And I want to tell you how they pay too as well. So that person you spoke to on the phone, that they close the deal, they're highly incentivized to close the deal. They might get 30% of that money. That person actually does it. Then the company is taking a huge portion because they're doing all this advertising. They're advertising things like a fresh start initiative, telling you that it might run out soon, which is a bunch of baloney. This has been out forever. The offer and compromise programs and currently not collectibles and things, they have been out forever. They're not expiring. They're probably never going to expire. And they try to make you feel like, hey, you need to do this right now because this might not exist tomorrow. High pressure, high pressure. If when you're talking to someone doing tax resolution, if you don't feel that warm and cozy feeling, if instead you feel like you need to get a bath with like rubbing alcohol and sterilize yourself, probably not a good position to be in. What should happen is you have that conversation like I had already stated. Someone, if they can quickly analyze something based upon what you're saying, that's maybe a 1 in 10 chance that we can do that. But most of the time, we need your documents, and you charge that small inquiry fee. And then we give you a written report on exactly what you qualify for. We don't just guess at it. We actually pull lots and lots of pages from the IRS, and we might give you back a 30-page, 40, 50-page report on everything that we found and explain to you what your options are. We also have to get data collection statements from you because we have to know how you're living, what your means are, what your own personal little profit and loss is. So how much money do you bring in through work? How much money do you bring in through your investments? What kind of assets do you have? And then subtract all from that, all of your expenses, and see what your true ability to pay is. That's not diagnosed in a 10-minute telephone call, and then you get automatically texted to your phone an $8,000 bill and you're told to pay right then and there. And then all your problems are supposed to magically go away. So I highly encourage you, please, for the love of God, stay away from these big companies. Go and look at their Better Business Bureau ratings. Go and search them out, see what people say. See what their fellow peers say, because a lot of their fellow peers will give you an honest opinion of what's going on. But most of the time, they're going to hose you, and they're going to laugh about it without any guilt whatsoever. None. They don't care. That guy who got 30% of the bill after he talked to you, he's probably working at Roy Rogers right now, seeing how much roast beef to put on the sandwich. He doesn't care. The company doesn't care because they continue to do this false advertising. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care that when the actual resolution specialist that works in your case realizes that there's nothing that could be done and you paid $12,000 for this, they don't care that that person has to break the news to you, right? They're a grunt worker. That resolution specialist is a grunt worker to that national company. So I ask you, please, if it doesn't smell right, doesn't look right, if you get the heebie-jeebies, if someone's trying to tell you, oh, give me $8,000 and I'll solve all your problems for you magically overnight without even looking at a document, I think you want to stay away from them. It's not a wise decision, and you're already in a vulnerable position. Now, if you want a tax resolution company that runs with a very, very high degree of ethics to look at your case and analyze things and talk about what you might be able to do, and we're not going to hose you. We're going to be responsive. You're going to deal with professionals, and we will be with you every single step of the way. Then please call us at 856-226-9524. Pink Harbor CPA is here to help you. I know what you're going through right now is scary, but I don't want you to be intimidated by a very unethical resolution company. I want you taken care of like you're a member of my own family, because that's what you are when you come here. Pink Harbor CPA, 856-226-9524. We'll give you the real advice, and we're not going to hose you.